Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Art of Gaming podcast, episode number 6 to be precise. मेरा नाम है बीरेन शर्मा AK बुल्ले द क्रेजी गेम और मेरे साथ आज जुड़ेंगे one of the prominent names from Overwatch scene from our country was gonna be Shreya Verma aka Shine. So Shine, welcome to the podcast and how are you doing today, man?
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. I'm not sure how you found me or how you got to know about the scene though, but here we are. You found me and I'm here. I'm glad to be here and talk about the Overwatch scene in our region.
It's more about you, but of course we will be also
Right.
talking about
Um,
Overwatch, your impact, how
right.
things are looking in a positive or on towards the other side for the things in Overwatch. But
Right.
yes, I want you to introduce yourself for the first
Yeah.
hand. कि मैं जानना चाहूँगा कि like where do you come from, how you got into gaming, how you got into esports, आप इससे पहले और क्या क्या experience आपके हैं. Please share with all of our audience.
So gaming and me go back really long, right? The first time I got a computer was in year 2000. Um, and I recall that none of my friends had computers back then. So I got things in advance before everyone could or everyone would. So and what does a child do when he gets a computer? Like he
Mm-hmm.
starts playing games. No,
Mm-hmm.
that is what he does. Like that's the first thing. He will not just start coding when he's at like 4 or 5 years old or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He starts playing games. So gaming kind of fascinated me a lot, and whatever games, small indie games,
Mm-hmm.
Project IGI, Wolfenstein
Yes.
3D, and this and that.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, there was this weird ass racing game called Ignition. So we played a lot of games when we were like growing up, and
Burnout? Did you play Burnout?
Burnout, yeah, Burnout.
Yes.
But I was a bit late on the bandwagon of Burnout because it was on my PS2. By the time I got my PS2, I was a bit older, so
Oh,
my gaming started on my PC. Like apart from those 8-bit video games where you can play Contra and Mario. Apart from that, those I think everyone had. So this passion for gaming kind of grew, and
mm-hmm.
uh, at this point of time, when I look back, along with all the fun that I have while playing games and all that I have achieved while playing games,
Mm-hmm.
I have also got into the knack of kind of winning games, or I just don't enjoy the part where I can just play a game for fun. When I
Mm-hmm.
play a game, I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
Either I'm creating content,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time I'm kind of simultaneously wanting to win. Like I might not be the best player of all times, or I might not be the player that will always carry games and end up victorious or something, but one thing that never dies in me is the will to win and the will to
Okay.
grind. Like I have always kept this idea, or I've always believed in this idea that I want to get better at whatever I'm spending my time at.
Mm-hmm.
So it stayed, and with this came the competitive aspect of gaming. So if I was maybe racing a like in racing in a car game, like I wanted to win. If I'm shooting bullets, I wanted to kill the enemy. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to be the one who got killed, right? So
Yeah.
this always stayed, and the love for competitive gaming stayed. I went to the UK, did my masters, did my MPhil, and that
Okay.
point of time I realized that there was something I could do with gaming here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So I started an org called Level Zero Esports. Pretty solid org when it started off. Like it started off really magnificently. We had a Rainbow Six roster that was absolutely
Yes.
great. You know it from the scene. I think you
Yes.
are
Yes.
from the
Yes.
Rainbow Six
Yes.
scene. They were absolutely popping off. Like they won a lot of things here and there. They went to the ESL LAN as well. They went to Comic Con, Ahmedabad Comic Con. They popped off, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I was at the helm of the org. I was managing everything. We had a pretty solid Apex Legends lineup. We won a lot of tournaments. Like we were possibly the first org to introduce custom lobbies. We talked to EA. Like I went out of my board to talk to EA to get access to custom lobby codes.
Yeah. At
Back
that
then,
time.
it was
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it was not like today. Like you can just create a lobby.
Create
Like
a
we had
lobby.
to
Yeah.
we have to really work hard and talk to like people in charge and do a lot of things out of the box to just get a contact in EA.
Mm-hmm.
So we were the first one who started this, started hosting tournaments and scrims, and then also started winning them because we had a very good lineup with Aura, YOLO, Paddocks, a Pakistani lineup with Hagzer, Toby, Koroz. Um, that's all I can recall right now. But yeah, we had a very stable Apex Legends roster. But
Mm-hmm.
looking back now, where I lost uh, the battle with Apex was when the return was not enough from Apex because they were
Okay.
constantly neglecting our region for the longest. And by the time Level Zero Esports kind of came to a sabbatical, only then Apex started recognizing India as a region. Before that, India was always disallowed when it was started. Uh,
At what timeline we are talking about? हम कौन से
we
year
are
के
talk
time
we are
time
talking about 2019. Like Apex launched in 2020, 2019, right?
2019?
Right. So 2019 and 2020 were the first ALGS and not ALGS. I think the first LAN happened in Poland.
Yeah.
in in 19, the first LAN that they hosted, and
Mm-hmm.
India was not allowed.
Mm-hmm.
We already had our first predators back then. We could have had
Mm-hmm.
a chance to go there, but India was just not on the eligible country list.
And this is not
So
just Apex. It happens with every game. ये हर एक game के साथ होता है.
yeah, we'll
Especially
slowly
in
come to
PC.
Overwatch, and I'll tell you
Yes.
what the exact scene is. It does happen. Like you have to
Mm-hmm.
fight for it. But the thing is, in the if the initial 2 years you just keep fighting for just an eligibility criteria of
Mm.
just be able to show yourself up, where is the part where you need to practice? Because everyone does not have a management team behind them
Exactly.
to force them,
Strongly agree.
like to do the back end work. Players are there to focus and play. Players are not there to just like to go to EA and tell them like allow me or something. They're not going to
Mm.
do that. Players are there to play and have fun or improve, learn, right? Players will not be like going to someone on EA headquarters and mailing them why is India not allowed, right? But so because my org had a bit of power, I went out of my box and I mailed EA and I did this and I did that. Finally, somehow I could get only a third party source to getting the codes. And we hosted a lot of tournaments. We hosted the Horus Cup. We hosted something with the TEC involved. We
Mm-hmm.
also like I got TC involved with the hosting as well.
Mm-hmm.
The first tournament that they did was because I was involved there. Horus, we did it, we did one with Horus. We did a lot of small tournaments here and there where Apex kind of bloomed in the South Asian region. But then it was stagnant for a very long time till ALGS happened, and then they started allowing India. But by that time,
Mm-hmm.
players had given up. Like
True.
2020, 2021, most players from the Indian Apex scene who were really good at the game had given up. Like they did not want to spend more time in the game, and that was the time when Valorant was starting to come up.
Starting to come up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Late
and I
2021.
yeah, and then people started like focusing on Valorant, and they're on. To be honest, bro, like I'll be very honest, I don't like that Valorant game. Like, but because it was my org, I had to run a business as well. Uh, I had to get uh, people on
Valorant.
board from Valorant because it
Yeah.
was a trending game and
Mm-hmm.
every PUBG mobile streamer played that game. The game has lesser PC requirements. A bad PC can also play the game
Yeah,
at
man.
good FPS. So there were a lot of reasons why Valorant also bloomed from the technical aspect. From the management aspect, Valorant bloomed because of Riot's
Riot's
insane marketing
engagements.
strategy.
True, true, true.
Yeah. So we did a lot of Valorant like ourselves. Our Level Zero Esports was also the first org, if you didn't know, to stream Valorant.
Okay.
In India, Level Zero Esports was the first org to stream Valorant in India. We got codes from Riot even before. Like not the org did not get the codes, but I got the codes, so I used it for my streaming purposes.
Yeah.
Uh, we did it before, and we also had a show match between Global Esports and Level Zero Esports when it first started.
Yeah, I
Like
guess I remember that one. I remember that one. I was about to say like wasn't it was Global Esports who got the codes first or that
no,
was you?
no, the streamer, like the first org to stream Valorant was me,
Okay. Okay.
right? So I was the first streamer who streamed the game,
Mm-hmm.
and then uh, of course, like Global Esports had their own sources, and they got five of their players got the early code because back then getting codes was a very rare thing when it was the
Mm.
first drop when it was happening. So they got five codes, we got five codes, and we had a match, right?
So much
And
kind of
then
thing.
yeah, show match whatever. So I never liked that game, you know. To be honest, like I never enjoyed that game, and I'll be very brutal with this. Even 90% of the players who play Valorant don't like the game.
Okay.
They just play because it's there is money involved, and I know that because if they get the same amount of exposure and money, they will switch to CS:GO any day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree to
Don't
this one. I agree to this one. I agree to
d-
the.
don't get me wrong. Like I don't like CS:GO as well. I'm not kidding. Like I am not a point and shoot kind of a guy. I never I because my aim is not that good. I can never be good in that game, so I don't like
Mm,
that game. I don't play that game, right?
mm,
But being brutally honest, if players are given an opportunity to hop games, they will not think twice before leaving Valorant and going to CS:GO.
mm.
Like the crowd in Valorant and the crowd in CS:GO, majority of the CS:GO players came to Valorant.
Yeah.
Some from
From our
Apex,
region, from our region,
yes,
from our
yes.
region. Yeah, yeah.
Some from Apex, some from maybe I don't know. I don't even know. Everyone from CS:GO, I guess. Only
Yeah, the
there
majority
are
of
very
the Indian professional players who used to be very much active in the CS in the later
CS:GO.
stage of CS1
Yeah,
stages,
they just hopped in,
everyone
right?
switched to Valorant. Everyone
And
switched to
then
Valorant.
there's nothing to blame. CS was kind of dead at that point of
Yeah.
time. There were no tournaments, and then the Riot just came in with this new banger of a game,
Mm-hmm.
which everyone got interested in. The gunplays 90% the same. Like there are some differences here and there, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's the same. Like the recoil pattern and like you have to stand and shoot. If you move, you cannot run like spray and pray. Like it's not spray and pray kind of thing. You have to be very accurate with the aim, right? Like if you miss, you're dead, right?
If you ask me, if you ask,
Yeah.
I feel like Valorant is an actual mix of. If you remember, there was a game called Paladins, which was उसको सब बोलते थे Overwatch का एक free to play version है. But I feel like Paladins combined with a little bit of Overwatch, combined with a little bit of CS:GO, is Valorant. To me, it
Valorant,
is.
yeah, 90% CS:GO,
Okay.
10% Overwatch. Because at the end of the day, in Overwatch, you can also not shoot guns and win a game. In Valorant, if you don't shoot your bullets, you will not win a game. In
Hmm.
Overwatch, you can do that.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
We will
yeah.
show, I will let you know how you can actually do that. Like, there are characters you don't have to shoot bullets on and you can still win a game,
Hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a character called Mercy. You can just
Mercy.
like use the healing beam on a player and you can win a game, right? It is not even aim intensive. I play a character that I specialize in. It's called Reinhardt. I don't even have to aim except for one part of it.
Reinhardt
Like
is a
my
tank, right?
It's a tank, right?
Yes.
Yes, and I have to swing my hammer. Hammer does not require a lot of aim, right? But there is a thing called projectile aiming where I shoot a fire strike from my hammer that goes. It requires aim, right? It requires predictive aiming. But the main point here being there are characters in the game that are not aim intensive, and it's
Mm.
very so that is why it is very inclusive. The game is very inclusive, that people who don't enjoy aiming, don't have the mechanics of aiming, can still come on this game and have fun of winning and being competitive. But if I right now hop onto Valorant,
Mm.
right, who has practically like no aim, like I'm possibly like plat or diamond in my DPS, like damage account, like on my damage roll in Overwatch, and I have very basic aiming. Like I cannot go out of my box to aim at everything in the sky bottom. I cannot aim, right? I cannot uh, I'm not the best player who can aim, right?
Mhm.
So I will not succeed in Valorant as a player, even though my ability usage can be really good, right? I can shoot bullets. Like I can use my smokes and my walls and my whatever. At the end
Mm.
of the day, if my
Utility
aim is
belt.
not on point, I will die
Mm.
and I will lose, right? So that is why I think Overwatch is an inclusive game. So anyway, after the Valorant scene happened, I had to switch to Valorant, like not as a player but as a manager because managing. And let's be honest, like I lost my time as a player, like a pro player,
Mm-hmm.
because of my age
Ah.
uh, uh, by the time. So I had to go into management, and still I was like always playing here and there, trying to get news and uh, trying to give my opinions and my thoughts and my knowledge to players on uh, what to do, what to change in from the management aspect and also from the technical aspect. Like I tried to be there, but I was
Mm-hmm.
not a player.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2021, I had to shut Level Zero Esports down, not down completely, but on a sabbatical. And I don't know when I can restart it back again. But whenever I do, it should be good enough, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But uh, when I shut it down, then I the Overwatch came out by the time, like the beta version. Overwatch 2 came out by then.
Overwatch
And I
2.
had,
Okay.
yes, and I played a lot of Overwatch 1 from the start. Like I already had peaked Grandmaster, which is the highest rank in the game, except for
Mm-hmm.
top 500. Like all Grandmasters
Mm-hmm.
are not top 500s, but all top 500s are like Grandmasters back then,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
It was the same. Like the top 500 Grandmaster players are
Mm-hmm.
called top 500.
Okay. I see.
And apart from that, everyone who has reached a certain number are called grandmasters, and below that, masters, and then diamond, and then plat, and then uh, gold, silver,
Silver,
bronze.
bronze, and
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. That was the ranking system. So I reached grandmaster. I needed maybe 4 wins in a row to get to top 500, but I could not, for whatever reason. I could not get that 4 wins in a row, and I had to stop playing because I was also pursuing my MPhil, and there were a lot of other things that were happening back
Mm-hmm.
then in my life. So I stopped playing for a long time, and then the game got spoiled because of a lot of wrong decisions made by Blizzard, uh, including a certain character that completely broke the game. People did not have fun anymore in the game. Um,
Okay.
yeah, that character was called Brigitte, right? Brigitte
Okay.
is a character in the game. She's still in the game though. But back then, when they introduced her, that character was unfun as like hell, right?
Hmm.
She was a support, but she could tank, she could heal, and at the same time she could just kill people.
The
And
DPS
she did
was
not, yes, she could do all three roles at once. Just by picking the
okay.
character, you could just win the game, right? If the other team has no character, if the other team has no Brigitte or something, right? She
Okay.
made the game unfun for tanks. She made the game unfun for DPS because the DPS cannot go near her. As soon as you go near her, you'll get stunned and gooped and you'll die. Then they tried nerfing her, but it did not work out. And then they were forced. I think that's the only reason. Brigitte was kind of the only reason they had to force a role lock back in Overwatch 1. By role lock, I mean anyone could not play anything. They had they could pick whatever they want earlier in the day. But then because of this character, right, and how broken she was, and how unfun she made the game, people had to force role lock because people were playing like 5 tanks and a Brigitte. People were playing
Okay.
four tanks, a Brigitte, and a support. There was no
Oh
place
boy.
for DPS heroes for a long time.
I'm just imagining this right now.
It's 5 big characters and a Brigitte, or
Oh
four big
boy.
characters and another support and a Brigitte. There was no fun for though no place for DPS. So that role was kind of dying, and it was not
Mm-hmm.
fun. And I did not play, like I played maybe 1 or 2 games at that point, but I could not play it because it wasn't fun for me then. Also because of other stuffs, right?
And what
Uh,
about the Overwatch franchise system? Like, don't you think that was one of the prime
yeah,
reasons?
yeah. So then, like, when how do you put it? When the first Overwatch League came out, it
Mm-hmm.
had so much promise. It had the
Okay.
best watching, the best stages, the best casters, the best talent. Uh,
The best
insane,
production.
insane. Overwatch League was insane. First, everything was on point. People were hyped up. There were lots of stars and really cool players, and star power at the same time. And by star power, I mean like people who are popular, like XQC, right?
Hmm.
Really good entertainer, and at the same time very decent at the game. He was there at the helm. He played in the Overwatch League, but then because of a lot of policies here and there, of course he did a lot of mistakes, and then he got banned, and then he got whatever. I mean, the first Overwatch League was prime sports, and then it all went downhill after season two. So after season two, it all disappeared. I don't know what happened. Actually, I know what happened, but this podcast will be very long if I go
I mean,
into
you can go on. This is a player focused podcast.
Yeah,
If you
so, I
want to
mean,
go in detail.
Blizzard did a lot of mistakes. They can just watch a Scorey Sports video on what went wrong, right? I don't
Hmm.
want to go into that,
Okay.
like the details where what Blizzard where they like messed it up.
So I want to know, like, from what do you think? Like, from your perspective, what went wrong?
My perspective is like their inner management
Okay.
was not the best, you know.
Okay.
So that included like currently Bobby Kotick like he resigned, right? He was the
Hmm.
major part on the downfall for the downfall of the company, or at least like I want to talk about just Overwatch, right? He was like not directly responsible because a lot of the blame I have to give to the balancing team of Overwatch. Because why the game? Because people always in the Overwatch league, the like, how do you think a game becomes a game which is popular and sustainable for all ranks, uh, and stays the same for the long time? How does a game become successful like that? You know, the only reason is if you listen to players who are good at the game,
Mhm.
right? If you don't take feedback from players who are good at the game, right? How are you going to manage your characters or abilities or cooldowns like
So, so
in the numbers?
yeah, I
Yeah,
get that. I get what you're trying to say. So basically, you're trying to say they were not listening to the community
they
perspective,
were listening to the communities, but they were listening to the wrong section of the community.
wrong section. So are you saying like जैसा एक ये रेनबो सिक्स सीज में हो चुका है for like 3-4 years, I can definitely relate to that कि the publishers only and the devs are only listening to the professional top 2 top 5% of the players. So this is what exactly happened with Overwatch.
The opposite happened.
Okay, so they were listening to the casual player base.
Yes, that is the
Okay.
problem. They were catering to the casual base. They were making the game noob friendly.
Okay, and
They
and
were
they were not able to balance it out.
never.
Yeah,
There was not a bit of balancing.
I
They
see.
only listened to like the bottom. Like they were. There is a hero called Genji. I don't play him.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't play him.
it's very
Okay, there's a hero
popular.
called Genji.
Yeah.
Very popular, right?
Hmm.
They nerfed a character called Genji because he was apparently difficult to shoot at lower ranks. Why? Because he can jump around. He can do this. So
Okay.
players in the low hero cannot aim.
Cannot aim properly. Get it? Yeah.
And it's not their fault that they can't aim, but you can't nerf a hero like that, right?
So what did they
Like
do? Did they lower down the animation or
no,
did
no, no,
they
no, no,
removed
no.
it basically?
They decrease the bullets. They decrease the damage here and there. They did a lot of things. Like they did not touch the core of the character, but they decrease the numbers here and there, right? And that was
Okay.
not fun because that's a very high skill ceiling hero. Like that hero requires immense skill. You cannot just pop the hero and pop off. You cannot. Like you cannot just like select the hero and
Hmm.
you cannot just win. It
Okay.
requires insane skill.
Okay.
Insane. I can't even like to be good at that hero, you have to be really mechanically sound. And I'm
Okay.
nowhere close to being good at that hero,
Hmm.
right? Because you have to have good projectile aim, you need to manage your cooldowns to different level. You need to know where to take cover because everyone is shooting at you. Like you are a 200 HP target, people will just shoot you wherever. Like you have to manage your cooldowns. You need to know what environment you can use to climb and stay alive. You
Hmm.
need to know when to go into a fight. Will you be able to finish that kill? If you're not able to finish that kill, you cannot come back out because you will not have there is a cooldown called dash. If you go in with a dash and you don't kill the character whom you're trying to kill, you are dead
Hmm.
because you don't have a dash reset unless you kill someone. So you have to be really sound with that hero, right?
Hmm.
So because that hero has an ability where he can double jump all the time, once he touches the ground, he can double jump. It was becoming difficult for people to shoot. Of course, grandmaster players have no issues with that. High elo players have no issues with that character because they know how mechanically skilled someone has to be to play that game to the highest potential. Otherwise, it's just like whatever. There's a Genji there, he's doing minimal damage. When he comes in, we'll shoot him or this and that. And there are so
Hmm.
many counters to that hero. But lower elo players don't know what to do against him. And they kept on nerfing him and here and there and they kind of fucked it up. Right?
Hmm.
And then they introduced a character called Brigitte, and no DPS hero was viable. Leave Genji, leave Tracer. You cannot play any DPS against that hero
Okay.
because she has a shield. Fucking Brigitte is a 250 HP support hero that had a shield in front of her. So you have to break the shield first in order to kill her. That shield is 250 HP. So
Damn.
it became very difficult for heroes to play against her. So people stopped playing DPS, and it just started getting unfun.
So
Right?
the
There were
game
players
the game started to go on the wrong track.
wrong track, right?
Yeah.
Bad decisions in the management, bad decisions in the character design, kind of fucked it up for Blizzard. And then the game went down and they promised Overwatch 2 and Overwatch 2 came. the game was like whatever, man. Like Overwatch 2 did not feel like a fresh
And
game, to
also
be
the
honest.
game went free to play. Overwatch 1 was a
Yeah,
paid game and Overwatch 2 became a free to play. I want
they have
कि
they
आप
have
थोड़ा सा
to.
बताओ उस बारे में कि like yes, what is the difference and how do you feel if, is like free to play gonna sustain the game or do you think कि ये अलग ही दिशा में जा रहा
At
है?
this point of time in 2024, you have to make a multiplayer competitive game free to play. If you're
Yeah,
charging for a
that's
game,
one
if
point.
you're charging for a game, your game will never succeed, right? Let's be honest, it will never succeed. There's no way in hell the game succeeds if you charge $20 for a game. People will not spend. Any esports title
For
that
a
you
live
watch,
service game, yeah, I see.
yeah, any esports title that you watch right now, be honest, okay? Whatever esports
हाँ
that you
हाँ हाँ.
watch, like which is competitive in nature, okay? Not single player games. I'm asking you, if you watch a competitive game, which game charges money from
Most of them have went free to play. From PUBG, from CS, from like
every
Overwatch,
everything is free. So
everything
if you
is has become
so
free to play.
if you charge money, you're already blocking the bigger chance of you succeeding as a title.
Title
So
as a
that is why,
publisher.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why. But Overwatch then started introducing battle passes, which is okay.
हाँ हाँ,
They do that.
understandable.
Then they started doing characters into battle passes. So now you have to,
Okay.
the characters are free to play, right? You can unlock them, as they say. They will not introduce the character in competitive till 2 weeks after they are launched. But
Okay.
in that 2 weeks, if you grind quick play or if you grind competitive as well, if you level up your battle pass, you will get that character unlocked. But if you spend your battle pass like $10 on day
Mm-hmm.
one, you can get that character. So players who are not willing to spend money will
Hmm.
only unlock that character after 2 weeks of grind,
Mm-hmm.
wherever, competitive play, quick play, wherever. They have to grind for 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
or like at least, like if you're not playing for 24 hours a day, right? So now what they did with the model was they started introducing character into battle passes, and slowly, uh, it kind of felt like a pay to win after a few characters were introduced, like Kiriko.
Okay.
Kiriko is a character in Overwatch that's 100% pay to win. If you don't have that character right now, or in majority of the situations, it is it kind of fucks you up as a
Okay.
team comp wise. Like it's a very overpowered hero as a support hero. There's a character called Moga, a tank. When it was launched first, and you don't have that character, and suddenly a player who has played the game for 2 straight weeks is playing Moga now, and you don't have that unlocked, right? Maybe you have not played the game for 2 weeks and you come back
Mm-hmm.
to comp,
Mm-hmm.
right? It can happen, right? Not everyone plays the game for
Uh,
2 weeks. So you come back to comp and you start playing it, and there's a Moga in front of you, you lose. Nothing can be done against that hero. They nerfed
mm,
Moga over time, but the idea is like it still took them like 2-3 weeks to nerf the hero. So that 2-3 weeks was very unfun for players who were playing
that's a
and who
huge
didn't have that
time.
hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who were not leveled up battle passes or whatever, like you didn't spend money or for whatever reason. So it is like semi pay to win kind of,
Mm.
unless you're grinding the game 24. Like I don't have a problem, like I can grind the game, and I'm not like, I have stopped spending money on this game, to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
because of a lot of shit that has happened. But I do play this game, I enjoy playing this game, so I keep playing this game. The biggest difference that you asked me, Bullet, was from Overwatch 2 to Overwatch 1 will be the plethora of players that came into this game because it went free to play.
Free to play. Mm.
There is a major difference in the gaming aspect, technical aspect as well, that I didn't want to, that I want to share, like I will talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest difference, apart from all the technical things, and is the big crowd that it pulled. The big crowd it pulls because of these character animations, its lore, its game design. It's absolutely fantastic. There is no game like this, I promise you, because it just does not rely on gunplay.
Mm. I
You
see
play
that.
Rainbow Six, right?
Yeah.
You play Rainbow Six, right?
Mm.
If you are bad at shooting, you lose, right? You will lose. No
Definitely.
matter how much you use your abilities, you will lose if you're bad at aiming, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this game is not that. It gives you the fun of an MMORPG while playing in a first person view.
Mm.
And there is no game like this, and there will never be a game like this. Never, ever. Like Apex, you can call Apex a battle royale for
Battle Royale for
Overwatch.
fantasy shooters. Yeah.
Yes, for Overwatch, right? But
Mm-hmm.
then again, in Apex, if you're not shooting bullets at the right target, you're
Mm-hmm.
losing, right? If you're not aiming, you're losing. But Overwatch will never have that thing, and they make sure of it. This is why I love the game. This
Mm-hmm.
is why I can play the game, right? So biggest difference technicality wise that they promoted is or marketed it as like this team now has from 6v6 this game went 5v5.
Mm.
From two tanks it went one tank, right? And they buffed up the tanks up a bit, like the health wise and damage wise here and there,
Mm-hmm.
and like and they made one tank uh, uh a go for competitive. And role lock is still a thing. Like you cannot play whatever the hell you want. You can
Mm-hmm.
play any hero you want in a certain class, but you have to
Mm-hmm.
queue.
Queue
Like
for
you
it. Yeah,
cannot.
yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah. So one tank is the now it's a 5v5, one tank, two DPS, two supports. That is the scene with Overwatch 2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they are still continuing. I think this balance team never changed.
Okay.
I think it's the same balance team because never, like maybe one season out of 9 seasons that we have now,
Mm-hmm.
nine season is coming out, I guess. 8 seasons, maybe one season was good balancing. One
Mm.
season. And every season has shit balancing. All the patch notes are shit. All the patch notes. Like they don't know how to make this game fun, balancing wise. Because
Okay.
this balancing team has nothing to do with character design. They have nothing to do with art. They have nothing to do with load. They have nothing to do with sales. They have nothing to do with management. So there are a bunch of people who are focused on just balancing the game, and they keep getting it wrong day after day, patch after patch. I'll just go on a different loop, if I start complaining
Yeah.
about it. But yeah, I play this game every day, right? And
Mm.
and and it becomes very stressful for me to
See your own favorite game kind of blemish
kind
away.
of, yeah, like my own favorite game that I spend hours on, kind of like just
I relate to
dying
that.
in front of your eye, dying in front of your eye, like not being living up to its potential. You know
Mm-hmm.
why? The main reason is they have made this game noob friendly,
Ah.
right? Because you can pick a very dumb hero because it's a character based game. There will be dumb heroes, right? Like that
Mm-hmm.
do not require a lot of skill, and you
Mm-hmm.
can actually, for half the effort that you put in from on a skilled hero perspective, on half the effort on a dumb hero, but if you put the effort on half the effort on a dumb hero, will give you 2x the more value
Mm-hmm.
on that dumb hero than you will get on a skilled hero.
Okay.
There is a character called Bastion. There is a character called Todd. There's a character called Kiriko. There's a character called Zenyatta. There's a character called Orisa. There's a character called Moga that are just broken in every aspect. And I don't call it broken. I call it brain dead. Like those heroes are just brain dead. Like you can
Okay.
pick the hero
Mm-hmm.
and you can like 90-80% of the chance are like you're just going to win. Like not all the heroes that I mentioned here are like just to win. Of course not. Like you get the idea. It's not just pick to win.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying those heroes are not like you just pick and you win. It's not like that. Like don't get me wrong. But those heroes are just so brain dead that it'll make the game so unfun for you.
And fun for basically playing in the opposition or like, yeah.
Yes, playing against. Like if you're playing against those heroes, it'll be very unfun. Right. And this is just not me saying, this is every single person in this entire community, in this entire player base, competitive player base of Overwatch, that they keep saying the same thing and the same thing keeps on happening, and it just spoils a lot of potential that this game
So where
can
do you
bring.
see this is going? Like this is going on the same path of Overwatch 1, or maybe there's a little bit of
Till now,
chance that
yes. Till now, yes. Don't get me wrong. Till now, yes. You can see a lot of positive comments because season 9 is coming out. This will be the biggest patch ever, right? This is
happens with every
going to
game.
be this is going to be the best. Fucking holy shit! What a patch! This and that. Trust me. Season 9. Season 9. Right? They are saying it's a great patch. They have said
Sorry to
this.
interrupt you, but there's like one season and one change which is happening since past 3 or 4 months, where they are promising some lore things, kind of like a storytelling things, PVE mode being introduced. Is this the same patch? Are we talking about the season 9 patch?
So you don't know what happened with the PVE.
Okay.
They promised PVE when they shut down Overwatch 1 and they introduced Overwatch 2. They promised the
Yeah, yeah.
full-fledged they
Mm-hmm.
promised a full-fledged PVE mode
PVE mode.
where you can fight AIs basically, right?
Mhm.
And by the time season 6, 7, I don't know exactly what time came, they said that there is going to be no PVE.
I remember this chapter. I remember this chapter.
They
And
said
then,
there is going to be no PVE, right? Because they don't have the resources to pull it. They introduced a few missions here and there, like PVE modes. Like, you have to make the crowd happy somehow. So they just pushed some very
yeah, that was a
bland modes.
random thing. I saw some clippers and random like articles about it. कि कुछ भी डाल
Yeah,
दिया उन्होंने. हाँ.
yeah. You just put something in and call it this and that. Like, who the fuck even cares about that? I don't know. I don't know who cares. Even the casual players wouldn't have played that because you have to
Mm-hmm.
buy that. You have to spend $5 extra to buy that
Huh?
after buying the battle pass. Yeah, to play
What?
that mode. Yeah, yeah.
What?
It was, yeah. If you spend like $15, you get the battle pass and that mode. So that is how they integrated it. Like who? Like what the hell are you guys doing? Like come on, man. Like a school going student can, think better than you. And
Ah.
I'm sitting here. I'm not even a very management based guy like who has very like, absolutely insane marketing management skills, but I know what's going wrong there.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. It's very blatant how bad the system is with Overwatch, right? They're even charging money for playing that shit mode. It's a shit mode, don't get me wrong. It's complete garbage, but they're charging money. And how they kind of market it, like you pay $5, you get one skin, you get some coins. Bro, what are we going to do with the skins if the game is dog shit?
So what happened after that? Like what happened?
There was a huge influx of
Backlash came in.
community backlash.
Yeah.
Huge. Steam
उसके
reviews. It's the most underliked or disliked game on Steam, right?
हाँ ये वाला भी मीम मैंने देखा था बट आफ्टर दैट कुछ इनका ब्लिज़कॉन कुछ ऐसा इवेंट हुआ था उसमें
Yeah,
रीइंट्रोड्यूस किया हम उस पर रिवर्क कर रहे हैं सो इज दिस
yeah.
स्टिल बीइंग रिवर्क्ड और जस्ट
No, no,
लाइक
no. PV is completely scrapped. There is no
हाँ
PV that's happening. They will introduce few missions here and there. You need to play, but it's like
ओके
meh. Like when I open the game, I don't even click on those things. I don't even know what's happening there. There are modes, right? Different modes. I don't know what's happening there. But again, this is my point of view. I am a competitive player. There are casual players, which Blizzard kind of markets it to. That is where they get the money from,
सो
right?
कमिंग टू द सीजन एंड पैच
So season 9 patch is what they call it every season make or break patch.
ओके
Every season they make a new patch and call it make or break, and the game somehow lives. I don't know how the game thing lives every time, but it
आई गेस
lives.
इट्स
Good for
फ्री टू प्ले
yeah,
दैट्स व्हाई मैन
good for
फ्री टू
good
प्ले
for us. It's living. They are making money. Maybe I don't know. I'm playing the game. Fine. Though I'm suffering every day with these dumbass character designs and dumbass balancing, but I'm still playing. So the game is still going on. Season 9, they are promising new rank system where they are kind of resetting ranks. Because right now, if you play the game, bro, every second game there is a player who doesn't have any idea how to play the game in highest elos of the game.
ओके
They have no idea how to play the game. You put them in a plat lobby and they'll just lose. But they are somehow in
इन
Masters
प्लेट
GM top
लॉबी
5.
टॉप 5
Yeah,
लॉबी ओके
they yes, but they are somehow placed higher, and they are in that region playing with me against me, and they have no way they can win the game. They cannot win the game. They are just blatant throw. Like
स्मर्फ
like
अकाउंट्स और समथिंग लाइक दैट
I don't know what accounts they are. Like what is that smurfing? Can you smurf from lower elo to higher elo? Smurfing is from higher elos to lower elos. No.
No, no,
Like
but
if you're a
like
top five,
making a Smurf account and then like try to selling it off, something like that. Like वो grind
I
कर रहा है
say
वो top तक and then उसका हो गया उसने बेच दिया account ऐसा कुछ.
that can happen.
That can happen, no?
That can happen. Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows? Anything happens like this at this point of time. Anyone can buy and sell accounts. Like,
yeah, yeah,
don't do it, guys. Never do it.
yeah.
I never buy and sell accounts. It's a free to play game. Use your own account to play the game. Unlike me, why? Because I get banned. Bullet. I get banned. You know why?
Why?
I got the reason. I get like my three, four, five accounts are just banned. Just
Why?
banned. Because apparently calling people not good at the game and trash is like permanently bannable offense.
Like you
Like
wrote
you,
down something toxic in chat.
yeah, I am never racist. I am never toxic to the point where I'm using those three letters, K, Y, whatever. I don't do those things.
Hmm.
I'm very the game. Like you're bad at the game, don't play the game, uninstall. This this is the maximum I go, right? I don't go beyond this. This is where I stop. Don't play
Okay.
the game. And my accounts are banned for this. Like banned. Straight up. They ban it.
Damn.
This is how fucked up the entire system is about banning and stuff. There was a tweet a few days ago I saw. In the US, there is this thing called collegiate. Okay.
Collegiate esports, something like that.
Yeah. And
Okay.
yeah, where colleges fight colleges.
So there's a thing called collegiate.
Collegiate in the
Yeah.
US, right?
Mhm. So this is by Blizzard or third party thing?
No, Blizzard kind of acknowledges it as a not, Blizzard does not directly go ahead and
Involves.
yeah, but it's Blizzard recognized this collegiate because it's a big thing and a lot of games happen here. Overwatch is one of those games where people
Oh,
kind of
so this is like an IP or something.
yeah, kind of
Okay,
collegiate is
okay,
in like is
understood.
a tier 3 scene
Okay,
of Blizzard.
okay, okay.
So tier 3 is collegiate and few others here and there. Tier 2 is contenders and tier 1 is Overwatch League. Was Overwatch League, right?
Mm-hmm.
So collegiate is where a lot of good players play, really skilled players. Like they're not any players like who
Okay.
perform at the highest level, right? So there was this player who got like they have scholarship as well. Like if you're good at Overwatch, you get scholarship into a university because you can play
Mm-hmm.
that game for that university. There was this player who was into scholarship and stuff, and I saw this tweet a week ago where he got banned. His account got banned, and in order to play collegiate or any Blizzard recognized tournament, your account has to be in good standing to
Good
be able to
standing.
play the game.
Basic rule set, yeah.
He got banned because he was addressing his teammate as dumpster.
In
Now,
text
in text,
chat.
in
Okay.
chat, right? The fun fact, you're not getting the fun fact here is that guy's name that he was addressing to as dumpster, his name is dumpster underscore Overwatch.
IGN in IGN. Okay.
And he got banned for 14 days, suspended, account suspended for
That's
14 days,
that. Okay.
right? And now he made this tweet to Blizzard saying that my scholarship was on the line. Because if I can't play Overwatch for my college,
They
they
will.
will ban,
They
they
will.
will retract my scholarship.
Hmm.
This is how serious their system is, right?
Okay.
I mean, I'm like, whatever, I'm creating content, I can make a new account, right?
Hmm.
There are so many people in my community, they have 5 different new accounts.
So
I can take one from them.
so what happened after like that to
Who
that guy?
knows? It's his own personal issue. He
Like you
sorted it
didn't.
out.
आपने देखा नहीं उसके बाद.
No,
You
I
didn't.
just saw the tweet and I know what it is about. Like the game
Uh,
master will do nothing. Like you can send a tweet. Sorry, you can send a what do you call it?
mhm.
Ticket, but they'll not do anything. You'll have to wait 14 days. But I think he had to make some amendments from his
Mhm.
scholarship side to his college, and something that he should not have to go through in the first place.
Yeah, yeah. I was getting that. कि ऐसा नहीं होना
Right?
चाहिए. Yeah.
Why? Why do you have to go through that
Mm.
again? Someone made a tweet below that tweet saying that there was a player who got banned for saying the word hippie. The only chat log
पक्का.
found in that player's history was the word hippie. Win, lose, tie, he was just saying hippie and he got banned. Apparently, GG is a bannable word if you say it before the game ends.
अच्छा वो आप मेरे को बता रहे हो क्योंकि मैं तो PS पे खेलता हूँ. पता चला मेरा PS अकाउंट ही बैन हो जाए indirectly because this happens. Like, if like a game publisher puts up a ban on you, like take for example a guy who is playing FIFA or FC24 and he gets banned in game, sometimes it indirectly affects his PlayStation Network account also. I guess it happens same with the Xbox. Cool.
It happens for it's kind of linked maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know how fucked up this entire thing is, and I did get banned on stream so many times. I got perma banned on stream. I got 30 days banned on stream, and I keep playing on different accounts. At the end of the day,
For this text chat only you got permanent ban.
yes, and as an Indian, you need to know how much racism I have to suffer
Yeah, that is understandable.
because I'm Indian.
That is
But I
understandable.
have 2 brain cells and a minimum decency and respect, so I don't talk back in a racist way like to anyone. I have friends from Southeast Asia. I have friends from Middle East who play this game all the time.
Mhm.
They make that funny accent of Indian accent that they
Yeah,
think we talk
even I
in.
have faced it, man. In Apex, in Rainbow Six Siege, I'm a console guy. Console का server ही कहीं दूसरे दिशा में होता है, दूसरे region में होता है.
So you
I've
face that, right?
faced it
All the time.
so many times. that four
And then
second
it,
scene happened. उसके बाद तो like everybody on the console was like, अगर थोड़ा सा मैं wall bang कर देता, even like a slightest bit, कि थोड़ा सा सस लग रहा है, people are like, okay, this guy is using like more controller में modification, something like that, controller में config
and if you
चला रहा
say a
होगा.
word, if you say a word
हाँ हाँ
in your accent,
हाँ हाँ
you
हाँ हाँ, I have faced this.
instantly
And
instantly get.
I have so many like screenshot, even मैंने थोड़ा बहुत सेव करके रखा हुआ है, पता नहीं क्यों, but I have saved this. Hacker बोल रहा है, you know, there's a feeling, हर कोई ऐसा legit वे में बोल रहा है कि bro you are hacking or what, ये क्या recall control है what not, थोड़ा अच्छा भी लगता है, but it does that repeatedly हर एक गेम. It used to happen with me, मतलब फिर वहाँ पे आ जाता है कि okay this is an Indian guy, क्योंकि मैं अपने political sign पे प्रोफाइल पे लिखा हुआ है वहाँ पे proudly Indian, ऐसा कुछ मैंने मेंशन कर रखा है, Indian YouTuber something like that, Indian siege guy. तो people are like, okay, Indian is trash, Indian में तो hacker ही होते हैं. I used to get it so many times, bro. In Rainbow Six Siege was like in prime 2021, 2020, 2019, 2021, जहाँ पे मैं बहुत ज़्यादा active था. I used to get it on a daily basis. So yeah, that's that.
So you get it right. You get the point. You
Yes,
get the point
yes.
how fucked
Hmm.
up it's for an Indian. Like,
Ah,
first of all, because not a lot of Indian play the game at the highest level,
true.
and who play kind of get trash talked. I mean, trash
Hmm.
talk everyone gets, and as soon as you open your mouth, the trash talk becomes racist.
Yeah.
I
That,
think I
not
hear
the
things
trash.
like
I feel like trash talk will be basically the toxicity or the racism that he faces, he or she faces, and yeah.
yeah. So I get flamed by saying things like, okay, dog shit trash at the game, uninstall your bad tank diff. It's fine. I take it. I say it back, right? I take it. Now, when it comes to things like street shitter,
Ah.
chapati muncher, no clean toilets, come to my apartment in Singapore and clean my stairs.
Hmm.
Um, why are you not sitting in your tech support room? Why are you playing this game?
Scammer.
Yes, why
Account
are you
scammer.
not
You want
scamming?
my, ये मेरे साथ हुआ, ये मेरे साथ हुआ. You want my account. You want my account or something like that. It has happened with me.
Why are you not scamming people? What kind of a thing is streaming? Why are you streaming? You should just quit streaming and scam people. Uh,
Hmm.
there have been people who've come to my stream and said, you smell." I'm like, bro, you have even smelled me. I smell like lavender right now. I'm literally smelling like lavender. I never smell shit. But he said, "You're smelly Indian,
I
furry
get it.
ass."
I get it. I get it.
I have more. Don't bomb my house.
Huh?
Don't bomb my house. I'm like, yo, hello, like really? I'm playing Overwatch. That's
I
the
get
last
it.
thing on my mind,
I get it. So,
right? So this goes on, right? And
yeah.
now you when you hear things like this over time, you're playing the game competitively, man. Come on, take this as a sport. If you're like if you're losing the game because of you, take it and go. Keeping on, and because I stream, right, and not and I get mass reported because I stream.
Hmm.
And if I say something, they will call their friends. Oh, this guy is streaming. Take his account and like you
Yeah,
get
mass
mass
reporting something
reported.
like that. Yeah, it happens.
So those mass reporting kind of happened, and because the system is absolutely horseshit, the banning system, they perma banned two of my OG accounts that I paid money for.
Oh.
And on both accounts, I have reached like GM1, like the highest possible rank.
Oh, that must have felt bad, dude. But
Yes.
yes, I can understand and relate to that definitely.
So after
Hmm.
the two accounts that got banned permanently, I stopped spending money. I don't buy battle pass anymore. I don't spend money on skins. I don't spend money on this and that and whatever is extra there coming out. I don't spend money anymore. No more, like nothing.
So
So
moving on from this, like I wanted to like to know your side from the, like आपने थोड़ा सा brief में intro में बताया था कि how like now the Overwatch Indian community stands upon compared to the previous in Overwatch 1, because I remember in Overwatch 1 there were a lot of teams, not a lot of tournaments, but they were like visible tournaments, kind of like a good overall okayish kind of marketing happening with it. बहुत सारे IPs वाले या फिर कह सकता हूँ मैं टूर्नामेंट ऑर्गेनाइजर्स, थर्ड पार्टी टूर्नामेंट ऑर्गेनाइजर्स वे पुटिंग देयर मनी ऑन, पुटिंग देयर मार्केटिंग बजट अपॉन. बट अभी हाउ थिंग्स आर लुकिंग इन, और इज इट लाइक completely dead?
to be honest, they don't really care about the esports system as much as they should. They
Okay.
care about the casuals because that is the place where they're gaining money from. By
Mm.
making a skin, if there's a character called Mercy, if you just make a skin for her, every single person will buy because she looks hot. Right? You get my point. Like, I don't
Yeah.
find in-game characters hot or not hot, right? Because I'm forced to say something because people will come on my chat and ask which character is smashable. I have to say some things. I give a funny answer to. I say things like the most least attractive character. I call him the sexiest. I do collect.
Yeah.
I kind of go with the flow, and I don't care about in-game characters at all. Like I don't find 2D characters inside a video game attractive or non-attractive.
Yeah,
It's
I
very
get it.
neutral to me.
Mm.
But uh, to a lot of players and to a lot of anime watchers, right?
Oh,
These
that thing. Yeah, that thing, fantasizes them. Yeah.
this kind of interests them a lot. So if you make, like, there was this skin called uh I think there was this skin called Bay Lifeguard Mercy.
Okay.
Okay, so where she's like dressed up like Baywatch kind of
Attire.
uniform,
Mm.
Baywatch attire. So you can imagine how that character would look like, right? Uh, you can Google it and see it later. But yeah, she looks a certain
But
way, and people spend a lot of money on that
mm,
hero. I know like at least 10 people who kind of bought that skin.
budget.
Yeah,
Mm.
if I can know 10 people, then you can imagine how many other people got that skin. So those are the players, those are the crowd that they cater to, like this skins thing, and who will buy. Not a, like who, which competitive player kind of gives a shit about skin anyway. Like maybe 90% of them don't care about skins, because at the end of the, when you're playing a tournament, all the skins are disabled.
Yeah, I was getting to that. Yeah.
There is no fancy skin there.
Mm-hmm.
They're all the default skins.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot show off the skins. Like in Valorant, you can have all the skins that you want. If you see Valorant, all the gun
Gun
skins,
skins are
whatever,
enabled. Yeah.
it's just there. Skill select what you want. But in Overwatch, it's the default skin that you have to play with.
Same in a lot of shooters. I have. This is same in
You have
Rainbow
to play
Six
with
Siege.
default skin
Yeah,
for
yeah.
whatever reason or not. They have to play with
They with
it.
the default
So
skin.
it's kind of for, it kind of caters to the casual. So right now they don't care about the esports scene. To be honest, like they are caring about the casual that they have always done. But after shutting down the Overwatch League because it was a disaster towards the end,
Mm-hmm.
they now introduced this thing called OWCS. Their
Hmm.
World Cup was a big success. Like we can come to OWCS a bit later.
Yeah,
The
you
World Cup,
guys represented and all. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll come to
yeah,
that. Yeah.
The World Cup that happened in 2023 was a big success. Like
Okay.
because personally also, and for the community as well, we got to know so many small players, small teams, small talent like that could do with a bit of exposure from
Mm-hmm.
so many countries, not just India, from
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. Like I got to know that Puerto Rico has players who are good at the game decently.
Mm-hmm.
Guatemala, not Guatemala. I became friends with a lot of like high elo players, like really good, like good streamers, good players. I got to like interact with them. I never would have thought like I would be like sitting and talking to them like proper friends, like
Uh,
talk and stuff.
mm-hmm.
Uh, they were like I got to like a Mexican player who's really good at the game, right? A Brazilian player who's really good at the game, and an Argentinian player who's really good at the game. You will not hear these names very often, but World
Mm-hmm.
Cup kind of brings everyone together. Like these small countries, like, okay, don't get me wrong, Brazil, Argentina, not small countries, but
But
in sense of Overwatch,
mm-hmm.
they are small, right?
Like
India is also a small country for Overwatch, right?
yeah, from the like how like publishers putting in effort
Publishers
and
putting it in, right?
expanding
So
regions and all. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like that. So we got to a lot of success through Overwatch World Cup. I feel personally, as well as on the globals, everyone misses the World Cup now. If
Mm-hmm.
you like, I'm on the Blizzard server for Overwatch right now. I can see it. Everyone no World Cup this year. Oh my god, they don't know if it's happening. We don't know if it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all very sad that it is not announced,
Ah,
you know,
yeah. I see.
because everyone wants the World Cup to happen for whatever reason, because they can communicate. There is a social
Like a
badge.
celebration thing for the
Yes,
overall
it's
community.
a very big celebration for everyone. Everyone is hopeful. Everyone is like gets pumped up, and they want to see their team and their countries at some point of time who play
Mm-hmm.
the game. Like, and not every country has a world, and not every esports title has a World Cup. Come on,
Yeah.
which title has a World
Which
Cup?
title has it? Yeah, yeah, very less.
You can have like World Championships, but World Cups, no.
Mm.
Overwatch is one. Like I have always said that Overwatch has always had three legs that it has stood on. One is the game itself when it started, because the game design is perfect. The second one was how they work around with the art and the lore of it,
Mm-hmm.
the cinematics. right?
Mm-hmm.
The cinematics are absolutely insane. You should watch this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even if you're not a player,
I've
they have
seen a
like
few of them. Yeah, yeah,
12,
completely.
15
Mm-hmm.
cinematics that they've released over time in 7, 8 years. They are absolutely magnificent. Why? Just because talk, and I am not an anime watcher or cartoon watcher, trust me. But those are something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even while speaking about them, I have goosebumps right now because I can recall some of the events that happened in those cinematics.
Yeah.
They're absolutely brilliant,
Mm-hmm.
brilliant, right? Like, after League of Legends, I think Overwatch has the best cinematics. Maybe
Hmm.
even better at point of times. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Uh, the second leg is the cinematics and the lore and everything. And the third one was the Overwatch World Cup. And
Hmm.
because it gave people the idea of representation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like I can totally get that. Like people who didn't had a chance to not getting into the esports circuit can also go and represent their nation, go around represent their self, their org, something like that
Even if
on
they're
a
not
global level.
getting the
Yeah,
chance to represent, not everyone will be as good at the game, right?
yeah,
But seeing your country, India is playing,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I get that.
India is playing. Let's watch. That
Hmm.
does so much, right? Even if you lose, it doesn't matter. You were there. I get people on my stream saying, "You guys had me in tears."
Hmm.
We lost to Thailand by a very close margin, and we could have made it to the LAN in the US. We lost by 2 meters. Like, there's a map called push, like map mode called push, where you
Oh,
need to
yeah,
push a bot.
push load. Yeah,
Yeah. So we lost by 2 meters. Very close. We could have just won that. But we lost. Like, it's whatever. They played well, they won, whatever. We're not getting into that. But it was very amazing. It was an amazing experience. So many players that I got to know, amazing talent from the region. A lot of them have become like full-time friends. I'm not even kidding. Like,
yeah. Hmm.
very good friends over time. I can not like 3 a.m. friends. We can just
Mm-hmm.
call and talk to them about stuffs, but
Mm-hmm.
about interaction. They've become really good friends. So the Overwatch World Cup is a big hit, big hit, big hit. And they the closing of Overwatch League was also, I think, a big hit. Like, the shutting down Overwatch League was a good thing that they did. Now they have come up with. So I was not a player in the Overwatch World Cup, by the way. I was the social lead for Team India. We had a coach called
Okay.
Sham. We had
Okay.
a we had a general manager called Sham,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a coach called Natter. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They're all Indian, but they reside in the US. Right?
Ah, I see.
Right.
Okay.
And the players that got selected were 6 players out of the 7 players were based. Five were based in the US.
Mm-hmm.
Four were based in the US. Two were based in the UK, and one was based in India. They got selected.
Okay.
The ones who got selected. But they're all Indians. Like, they have the Indian permit and stuff, so they got selected and stuff.
Hmm.
Like,
Understood.
they're also
Understood.
good at the game and stuff like that. They've reached the highest possible rank in whatever roles they played.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good overall uh, experience. But we played the qualifiers on 180 ping because the servers had to be in the Singapore and the players were in NA, so they had to
Ah,
play on
man,
180.
this is
So that
I
was a big
can.
disadvantage when they were playing the game,
Yes.
right? Maybe on lesser ping we would have won. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so they were that was one thing. Now they have come up with this model called open call model, and Faceit is taking over it, which is called OWCS, Overwatch Championship Series, right? And India is not allowed as a country. You can play as a non-resident, but who is going to risk an Indian player in their
Okay,
roster? When you can get some Japanese guy or a Korean guy.
I understand.
Yeah. So as a country, you cannot make teams and just participate outright. They have not allowed
Mm-hmm.
India. So that becomes a bit challenging over time. Again, I could go out of my way and keep fighting, but now I'm tired.
I understand.
I don't want to go through all this publisher shit again and then talk to them about the game and why this region is not allowed and this and that and what.
Mm.
So they have not just put India in the eligibility criteria, but they have put a place called Macau.
Okay,
I have no clue who plays the game in Macau.
I was asking about. मैं आपसे ही पूछने वाला था.
I have no clue. So, but yeah, I mean, whatever they felt right, they did. So yeah, I mean, it's still fine. The game looks fine. I hope season 9 does something. Wow. I am I am not hopeless. I'm not hopeful. I'm just very neutral at this point of time because Blizzard has kept on disappointing us for the longest.
Okay.
And we'll see how season 9 goes. Like with the Overwatch Championship Series, like the esports scene has taken a new turn because everyone is now allowed, and people are making their own teams and this and that, and they have two big lands, one at DreamHack here and one in the US or somewhere. They have two big lands as final major events, but
Yeah.
we'll we'll see what happens.
Okay. So like, oh, like with the new esports format, like जो अभी आपने बताया, but I just want to ask again, Indians are not like directly allowed, or are they allowed?
You can only a team can only have two non-residents, I think.
Two
I'm guessing.
non-resident, no, two non-resident. To break it down in a more simpler way, two
Yeah,
non-residents, as in like two people can
like
be
if you're
from other
making
countries
if
and one
if
guy
you're
from the
making
same.
a team, if you're so for example you're staying in Singapore, right, and you're
Mm-hmm.
making a team with five Singapore,
Mm-hmm.
right, or five whatever country from who are eligible in that region.
Mm-hmm.
You can have players from countries that are not enlisted.
Okay, so two players from India can basically play in other teams, but can that is complete kind of okay. I'm kind of disheartened, but
Yeah, and to be honest, there are not a lot of players who play in the highest elo from India. Like there are players who play on lower elos. Of course, there are players
mm-hmm.
who are still learning the game here and there, but they're not the best. So there are a few players who play on the highest elo. Few. That's it.
So like
So
if I want to ask you, sorry to interrupt you, man, but from as a player, as a guy who has been in the community for so long, there's two things. What's next for you? Of course,
as a player,
as a player, as a person, man, as a gamer, basically. Or second thing, what's gonna be your outlook? Is Overwatch gonna be big if they go in the wrong way, or what is your perspective on that? Two final questions before we like kind of like wrap this up, or maybe we have end of questions for now. We'll move on to our gameplay section. But yes, two final questions from my side.
OWCS might revive the game. I'm not sure about the region. It will take a couple of seasons for them to realize that they should include few other countries. Maybe that can happen over time. Maybe that then India can have their own whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So as a game, I don't think Overwatch can ever die. It
Okay,
cannot die, to be honest. It's like, but it'll just become unfun, and only players left playing this game will be the casuals,
yeah, I was
right?
about to say.
The
Mm-hmm.
the competitive aspect will slowly fade away because people will stop having fun.
Okay.
Just like, and a lot of Overwatch players left, no, like proper players who left for Valorant. For example,
Mm-hmm.
Sinatra left, Bay left, Rockers left. Uh,
Basically, switched on to different esports
yeah,
title.
yeah, Marvet left. They all went to Sentinels, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
uh, the Face Clan Sentinels. A lot of like Overwatch teams this got this play. There's a player called ANS, Unsung Sniper, who just left. He keeps coming back and forth, but he just left Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
If they do the same thing with Overwatch 2, a lot of current players will also leave to some other game
Mm.
that will come out in the future, or some game that will. So the competitive aspect will fade away, but the game can never die because it's a very beautiful game. It's a
Mm.
very like special game.
So
It
from
cannot
my
die.
perspective, I'm feeling like okay, जब तक Blizzard के पास उनके टीम के लिए वो फिक्स कॉस्ट का बजट है, the game is still gonna be up and running, the server is gonna be alive until and unless the 99.9% players leave the game to like ठीक है सर्वर जिंदा
Yeah.
रखने के लिए भी उनके पास वो अब relevant वाले points नहीं बचेंगे. So that is what I'm trying to get. That is what I'm able to get it from you कि like ठीक है वो एक फिक्स कॉस्ट उनके पास है चलाने का तो चलेगा. एक बार से एकदम प्रॉपर डिप आ गया प्लेयर बेस में, ऑफ कोर्स इट्स अ फ्री टू प्ले, उतना बड़ा डिप नहीं आएगा. आई थिंक लाइक जो आपने वो एक टैंक वाला बात बताया था, वो सपोर्ट वाले कैरेक्टर का बात बताया, अगर वैसा वापस से कुछ इन्होंने मूव वापस से किया तो हो सकता है लाइक ओवरवॉच
No,
2.
it's already there in the game. All support heroes like
नो नो नो, लाइक समथिंग लाइक कि
9 out of 10.
एकदम से एक और ब्रोकन कैरेक्टर वापस इंट्रोड्यूस हो जाए, एक और
They
हीरो है
did that.
वापस से.
They did that with Moga. It was broken as fuck. They did that. They have already. They keep doing it, bro. Like they never learn. Like it's just fucked up. That is why I am very tired when I say this line. Like the game can never die, but the competitive aspect will slowly die unless
Hmm.
they do something drastic immediately.
Hmm.
And by drastic I mean fire the balance team. I don't care where they are going to get jobs. I do not care about them. Get them a job somewhere else because they're not good at balancing.
Hmm.
Maybe do some other things. No? Like I don't know. Like play. I don't know, bro. Like, you're not good at balancing. Like, you might be great individuals, might be good at keeping records, keeping books. Do that. Balancing, you cannot do.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's
So,
good. Like, yeah, that can be done. And for me as a gamer,
mhm.
I don't know. I could wait for another game to come out at some point of time and then start playing it, I guess.
Okay. One suggestion: Tom Clancy's xDefiant. But yeah, that's a
Like,
Ubisoft game.
defined, you didn't know, like, for the longest, I tried the beta, right? I
Mhm.
loved the game.
Yeah, everybody
Uh,
is loving the game, bro, because it's a classic kind of like an arena shooter, which is a free to play. Have upcoming two Indian servers, one in Delhi, one in Mumbai, which is like a huge thing. Valiant does only have one server, from what I know. Uh, a lot of people from like I can say this publicly, Ubisoft Pune and Ubisoft Mumbai are working on that game on Rainbow Six Mobile too, and also working on the what do you call upcoming Tom Clancy's xDefiant. So I'm
I mean, I know that.
I'm very like kind of like waiting for that game to just come out, and let's see where that goes. Yeah.
For the longest, for the longest, in my stream, where I stopped keeping a record. Like, there is a place where you can keep a record on top of the, like, you can just like change like how many games you won today, how many games you lost today, win loss ratio
Okay.
for the day. After suffering from this insane burnout, I stopped keeping a record. I don't keep records anymore. Win loss ratio, I don't keep it on top of
Okay.
the
Okay.
stream. So I replace that text
Hmm.
with record don't care X
Okay.
defiant waiting room.
Okay. I feel like
It was there.
xDefiant will might come this later this year, but yeah, I'm also not very sure about it.
No one knows. A lot of my friends want to play the game like
Uh,
professionally. They
yeah.
want to just play
Yeah,
that game. Like,
definitely. It's
people,
a free to play. It's of course वो उसी direction में जाएगा, and esports is a thing that Ubisoft will need to do to keep the community ongoing and keep the community
yeah,
alive.
because siege is whatever. Like, it's like very stagnant, and people will not just choose siege right now, right? So they
Yeah,
have to do some.
Siege का तो अब 9 साल हो गया, so yeah, I don't think
No one will
that
give
is
a fuck
another
about siege.
case. Yeah, that I don't want to talk right now. But yes, I'm very positive about Tom Clancy's xDefiant. Yeah, that's one thing.
Hopefully they do something, man.
Yeah, hopefully they do something. Hopefully they introduce something. But yeah, the first thing first, want that game to be live and filled with players asking
Oh,
for an esports
I,
server.
I, I kind of watch their tweets all the time, and they have no concrete updates on when the game is coming out.
Yeah, they're still working. Like yeah, Abigail, I feel like yeah, there's who's the executive person? Mark Rubin. I'm forgetting the username. Yeah, there's Mark. Somebody named as Mark. No disrespect to the guy, but yes, Mark. He keeps on pushing updates. Ki team kya kar rahi hai, kya nahi kar rahi hai. And the last update was they're working on the netcode. They have replaced it, something like that. And the game is almost like half baked and ready. पब्लिशर्स को लाइक जो भी कंसोल्स वाले आपके मैन्युफैक्चरर्स हैं उनके स्टॉक के पास उनको प्रूफ के लिए देना होता है वहाँ पे जा रहा है एंड देयर समथिंग दैट नीड्स टू बी फिक्स्ड coming to the PC part, again, it's half baked and they're just ready and waiting for a few approvals and all from the overall team. But yeah, I'm waiting for it. That's what I'm trying to say. But
Right.
yes, man, I feel like our whole thing is there. Anything that you want to add before we move on to the gameplay section?
Bring back World Cup. Uh,
Yes.
delete delete the tank called Odisha.
Okay.
Delete this.
Yeah,
Delete this.
Odisha is it's overpowered. I have played Odisha. The reason I only
Okay.
play is like it's very easy and
Oh, you
gets it
have.
done.
Oh, you also know that. Okay,
Yeah,
nice. Good job.
little bit,
And
not
you have
very
not.
in
And you
depth.
have not even. And you have not even played the game for long, right?
No, I hardly have like 20 to 25 hours.
That's it. And you
Even
already
after,
know that Odisha is overpowered.
yeah, man. Of course, like if I am able to pick a tank and basically go and charge upon without needing the help of 3 4 randoms, I can literally make my team like मैं solo जिता सकता हूँ. तो that is an overpower agent. I mean like मैं इतना तो हूँ sensible बंदा यार. So yeah,
So bad.
yeah. I
Blizzard sucks, bro. Oh my god, I didn't expect this.
but yeah,
But even you know.
I know. There are a lot of characters still, which is kind of like OP, like proper OP, and needs to be like in that category because it's a team-based game. इतना भी आप एक character को इतना independent abilities नहीं दे सकते हो कि वो proper solo ही बन जाए. तो फिर क्या मतलब हुआ? फिर तो भाई solo ही mode बना दो एक उसमें.
Yeah, it's not OP. That hero is brain dead. OP is something else. OP is if the character can be nerfed and buffed and whatever. Odisha cannot be, like, it's just fucked to the core. But
Yeah.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, so
Third
bring
point.
back World Cup and delete Odisha and Bastion maybe.
Which one? Which one?
Odisha Bastion Zenyatta. Just delete these heroes.
Zenyatta.
Not good for the game.
Okay. So
Yeah, that's it.
yes, this was our discussion part, folks. Let's jump into the game, Shine. You teach me a
Sure.
few tricks. You teach the basics. The whole bottom line for this gameplay section is either you explain some core mechanics of the game, or you kind of show some moves, what goes on in the game, what semi-pro or a new guy coming to Overwatch can take it from you. So yeah,
Sure.
let's jump in the game, folks. We'll jump onto the game.
Okay.
Yes, folks, we are in the game. Not
Right.
we, it's just going to be Shine who's going to be teaching us few tricks or maybe few moves here and there. First of all, I want कि आप heroes पे चलते हैं. I want you to break down जो हम बात कर रहे थे कौन वो powered है कौन नहीं है. Let's go into that, man. I want you to go ahead with that.
So basically, I play this like I am specialized in one hero, so I can probably called as like a one trick guy
Okay.
who plays one hero. But I also can play other heroes. It's not like I'm just bad at them. So I play Reinhardt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big guy, really big guy.
Yeah.
Has a hammer and stuff. But
Mhm.
the place where he lacks is he cannot shoot bullets. He can only have a small range that he can swing his hammer on. Does
Mhm.
good damage,
Mhm.
75 damage per swing.
Mhm.
And he can shoot a fire strike every 6 seconds. He can shoot 2 fire strikes that can deal like
Mhm.
100 damage each. Got it?
Okay.
So I play this hero, and the broken heroes that I was talking about are there are a few
Yes.
broken heroes, in my opinion, but brain dead heroes, if I have to talk about, is this character absolutely insane how bad this character is. Can just deny the fun for so many players in the team. You cannot have fun if there is this character on the enemy team.
Like I
Right?
told, I have only played for like 20-25 hours even after like Overwatch 2 came in, and that too also on PS5. So yeah, I completely agree कि आप किस चीज पे बात कर रहे हो. Like this
So
is like
I don't have to explain. Like, of course,
yeah.
you're
No, no.
new
For the audience is like कि जब आप एक टैंक से पूरा एक गेम जिता सकते हो तो फिर और चार लोगों की जरूरत क्या है? It just basically makes the game unfun. For a guy who just want to wins and all, like completely go on a winning streak, that kind of a mindset.
Yeah,
बस
you
आपको
can win.
पागल बनाना है.
You can be just brain dead on this hero, and you can win a
हाँ,
lot of
win a lot
games.
of
Yeah.
games. Yeah. Let's move on to the next hero. Yeah.
This is one of the broken heroes. This one was absolutely immensely broken, as not broken, brain dead again, because if you pick this hero,
Okay.
you just have to shoot the other tank and you will live forever, because he has this over health kind of thing where you can just shoot the other tank
Can you
and
go
you
on
can
and
just,
explain the abilities for this one?
yeah, for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. But this hero is not unlocked here.
Okay.
But let me see if I can go to training and I can see the training. No, fuck. So this is the new hero, right?
A gun in each hand.
Not new anymore, but he was new.
Mm-hmm.
So he can do this. He can do a lot of things, right? He does require a lot of aim, but where the part where aiming doesn't come into place, now you can charge someone like this, and then you can stun them.
Oh boy.
That does damage as well, right? Now the part where it is aim intensive. I'm not kidding. Now,
Mm-hmm.
like you have to be good with aim, right? Like you have to aim, right? You have to aim. Like, it's not like you have to aim, right? Now, where it becomes unfun is you go here and you press a hero like maybe Orisa, right? Do you think you require aiming skills to aim on this box?
No.
No, right?
You just need to
So this is
spam.
how this. You just need to spam. So now you just do this. She's permanently taking crit damage now. Like you click someone with your left click, right? This left gun
Mm-hmm.
for 15 bullets. She starts taking crit, and now you shoot both. So now she takes crit damage plus your both guns damage.
This
So you have
is
to
this
light,
is this is this is way too overpowered in my opinion.
right? So you can like, and this is how you stay alive. Like you can charge someone like this, and then you can get out of
The
fight with the
HP gets
same
up.
way, right?
Yeah.
And then you can do this, right? It was more overpowered. Right now it is bit nerfed, but like whatever. It was way too overpowered back then. Now, and by back then I'm saying like 3 weeks ago. That's it. Like it was broken as hell. Now there is this ability called left shift, like E. Sorry, he's E. If you see bottom right, there's an ability called E, where if you just deal crit damage to any character, you just gain over health. Now watch my over health, right? Let me go down. First, let me go down. My health will stop at 550. let my health bar is dropping, right? It will drop to 500, right? Let it drop.
Yeah,
Okay. Now
just move
watch my
this.
bottom left.
Yeah, I see that.
What is my health now?
Ah,
Getting hot in here.
in my opinion, this is way too overpowered, dude. This is way
Right?
too overpowered.
But it was more overpowered. They tuned it down a bit, but whatever.
Okay.
It's not fun. Like if I play a character like Reinhardt, he can just melt my shield and then shoot my head
Hmm.
and just light me on fire and all the time. And when I'm on fire, like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I take more damage from everything. It's not that I am shooting, so I'm like only this Moga is getting extra damage. No, everyone can shoot at me and I'll take this constant damage.
Hmm. Yeah, man.
And when he presses this E, his allies also get extra HP. Like when I press
What?
E, yeah. If an ally is near me, it's on a 10-12 seconds cooldown. Watch this. Watch the health of my bot.
Mm-hmm.
I'll press E. Now see what happens. What's the health of these bots, right?
Okay.
Now watch.
Let's put that brain to use.
What?
So it doesn't go up, I think. I think it doesn't go up in training, but if you play in game,
Well,
their health kind of they get an extra 50
20,
HP or
30
something.
HP.
Yeah, they do get it.
Okay.
Which kind of negates a lot of things in the game. Like I charge someone on my Reinhardt and they don't die.
You make crazy.
I see.
Right? They don't die. But it happens. I mean, it's like whatever. They get extra HP and stuff, and then he can get out of fight, get into fight, never dies. So this is one hero, and this is the other hero.
Only in unity will we find strength.
This is a tank
Orisa
hero,
is
by the way.
the Orisa
Right?
is the way too. I have played it so many times. I have played 10-20 matches. I can clearly say this is an overpowered tank. Way
Yeah,
too
it's very
overpowered.
unfun to play again. Then she can do this. Wait, she can press left shift. What happens when she does left shift? What? My cooldown.
Yeah.
Not yield.
Now she cannot take any damage that is CC oriented. Like you cannot charge her, freeze her, spam her. Of course, she takes damage,
She
but
cannot
she
be
takes
stunned.
50%
Crowd
less
control
damage.
damage नहीं हो सकता उनके
Yes,
ऊपर.
crowd control, zero crowd control. You cannot move her. You cannot do anything to her. She cannot be frozen, trapped, anything. Anything in the game that can move you from your place is unable to affect you.
Locked down.
So let's get into a match. What do you say?
If you watch
Let's
Sure,
get into a
let's
game.
go. These are the heroes that are not fun. There are other heroes as well. Like you'll see what happens. My competitive is not unlocked on this account because I have to play. I have to win 50 games. So for new players who are starting to play the game, when you log into this game, you need to win 50 games of quick play in order to unlock competitive. So right now, I'll just go in and play my hero. Right, I'll just play my hero.
Please go on.
This is an Overwatch 1 account for players who have not played Overwatch 1.
Draynard
This is-
usually
this
like
is-
this.
Look like this in Overwatch 1, and on Overwatch 2, he has removed his helmet and he looks like this now.
Face reveal.
Nothing strikes them down.
So he has 1400 shield. He has a big hammer
Beautiful day.
that does 75 damage per swing, whatever, and he can hit multiple targets, but they can only hit them once in one swing.
Okay.
And
And
the
it
next thing he
deals,
gets-
and in that one particular swing, he deals 75 damage to all of them.
75 damage to all of them, yeah.
Okay.
But if you're taking less damage, he'll like Odisha will take on that golden form. Will only take 37.5 damage.
Round one. Capture the objective.
Right now, I charge in with my shift to get some extra space. My entire idea with Reinhardt is to make space for my team and deal as much damage as I can. Tracer took 75 damage, he went away. That Zenyatta hero just makes the game unfun as well. So I have to find a way on how to kill the hero. I'm trying to live. The Tracer is shooting at me. I'm trying to get heals. But sadly,
Nobody's getting healed.
I will not get healed because my teammates are dead. I go back. I want to play the game again. Let's see. You see, I'm burning. If someone plays Morgan in the enemy team, I'll always be burned.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh boy. Finally, some healings.
No healing.
For all the tales. There's a test.
Try changing the character, maybe.
Okay, they are already in a group. Like they are all quick play warriors. The tracer and group are
Enemy
100% in the group. Ah, you want to change? You want me to change character?
Go on.
Yeah, I can. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 fight.
See a hostile.
Oh.
Enemy located. Surrender to my will.
Nice fast track, right?
Yes.
The test subject.
Tank versus tank. Let's go. Ah, never mind.
He gets 100,000 HP, so he doesn't die. He can now die now.
Yep.
Subject.
Trying to be a little aggressive, but no. 90 HP, 143. You need to go back.
Yes, I need to know my limits, kind of.
Yeah.
Now I come back.
Yeah, where the fun part lies, man. Your team needs to do the teamwork. Play as a unit. This is the part.
But on Odisha, you don't have to do that.
My bro is. Oh, that was nice. My bro is way too frustrated with Odisha.
My aid.
Watch it back. Clearing the area.
Enemy located.
Your ult is there.
Yeah, I don't know. That all kill nothing. That all kill nothing.
What does the ult do? Can you show us?
Yeah, as soon as I get a chance to show it, I'll definitely show it. Now I can show.
I see a hostile.
Oh boy.
After the shield, I can show you the art.
Surrender
no worries.
to my will.
Okay, maybe I don't need to show it right now. This fight
Yeah,
is
no
one.
worries.
Like you can see the urge for me to win, right? I'm not just trolling. Like, even if this is a quick play game, I want to win.
Mm.
The-
Try hard.
Yeah, right now it is because there are other players on the enemy team who are really good at the game who are trying to also level up the accounts. I think Smurf accounts.
Yeah.
So the art does this.
Oh, damn.
There's a test subject.
Pretty strong ult.
Yeah, but this art can be countered in like 25 different ways. If you pick a hero called Kiriko, you can just insta cleanse them and no one will be shattered.
Hmm.
There's so many counter plays to this one art. So that is why Kiriko is a very broken as character because Shuzu, her ability, is kind of broken.
Oh.
With it.
Oh.
Oh, my team is dead.
Hmm.
My team do be dead, yeah.
No worries. 95. First round is lost.
Yeah, first round is lost. So it's a best of two.
Mm-hmm.
Best
In quick
round
matches, best of
lost.
two. In rank games, in the competitive
Yeah,
ones.
same. It's the same. Like
Same,
in this game mode, in the best of like three.
Okay.
0.
In this like game mode, it's a best of two.
Okay.
But in quick play, like on other maps, like it's just like it's a bit different. But on this one, it's the same.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go again. Shields up.
Just because I want to win because it will be on video and stuff. You know, I'm asking them to like hard counter them or whatever.
Fuel
Oh, man, no worries.
flames of your vengeance.
Torb is like a OP hero.
What are what are these abilities called in? Like the terms, you know the terminology?
Round
My ability to my ultimate ability is called Earth Shatter.
Okay.
This is called Shield Barrier, and the fire strike that I do is called Fire Strike. These are called Fire Strikes.
Okay.
Now they have a Farah. I don't know why they have a Farah. I have to kill this hero. You know?
located.
It's very important for me to go for isolated targets. Even though I lost a player, maybe I could maybe win. No, win because we lost everyone else. I don't know why people are sweating it out here.
Don't let them take it.
I'll try switching characters.
Yeah, please. This is
Escape
Diva.
me.
Diva. Yeah.
There's a test subject.
Oh.
I see a hostile.
Even this is a tank with a very high DPS, if I'm not wrong.
No, not a very high DPS, but decent DPS.
Her ult is quite powerful.
No, it's just a zoning ult most of the time.
Oh damn. Nice.
Most of the time, like it does alt, like it just zones people off. Because people can hide behind rocks and just survive her ult. It's called Diva Bomb.
Yeah. Sorry.
Enemy located.
It does a lot of damage. Like you can just die, insta die. Any character in the game will just die.
Mhm.
But unless Odisha is using her cooldown,
I see a hostile.
you cannot die. If Odisha is using her, because she can survive anything. But
Pain. Enemy surrender to my will.
Oh.
Justice
Rains from
Nice.
above. There's a test subject.
on this hero, you can also come out on neck as Baby Diva. You know.
Yes.
If you die, you have another 150 AG. But that character is not like very useful. Like,
Not.
but you have a like. I mean, it's
Second
like a
life kind
character
of
that
thing.
you still need to kill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cannot escape me.
Initiate defense matrix.
So you understand the pain of a Reinhardt play, right? Yeah, I have to swap.
Yes, you have to swap.
I had to swap. Yeah, on quick play. This is quick play. I cannot have fun playing that character. You know why? In this comp, they had a fucking Zenyatta.
I see a hostile.
That character that I'm trying to kill always. That
Yeah.
character kind of sucks. And it's not good for the game. Like this hero. This hero is not good for the game.
Yeah.
Enemy located.
Calling in the big gun.
There's a test subject.
So this is where the second life is useful.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm sleeping. This is this guy's ability.
I know. Oh.
Like, they've been that. Now I don't get a second life because there's an ultimate charge on the bottom screen that needs to be 100 on that
That needs to be
character to
100,
get their life. Yeah. So you just instantly you do not get a second life. You have to build that ult to get your remake. So
Oh.
I see a hostile. Enemy located.
Where are your teammates, la?
Nobody's
Nobody's healing you. Oh, you finally got some heal.
it's okay. Just quick play. What are they going to heal in here?
Okay.
Dead.
What is it? 91%? You still have a chance.
One just need one to win one fight, and I think we can win. They also need the last fight, basically.
This game has
Last
an
fight
Indian
of the-
character ना मैं नाम भूल गया क्या था
relax.
what is she called the Indian character
Symmetra.
Symmetra she's a damage right
Rains from above. Surrender to my will.
oh yeah dead.
Pass into the iris.
I see a hostile.
Damn that was nice
Oh, I almost had my
almost.
remake. Ah.
Nice one defeat no worries man
Don't tell. You got this.
Like they have a masters player, and we had like flats and stuff. You know, you get my point.
yeah no
This is
worries
masters.
it's
No,
just a
I'm-
quick
I'm
patch
sure- I know I don't mind. I don't mind losing, but I'm saying like I am showing you why I lost.
but it's still but yeah anyways let's go to the guest screen for now
You want me to play another game or what?
no like it's okay
Okay.
so yes folks that was our gameplay part done and dusted for now. I hope, Shine, you had a good time
I did, yeah.
sharing all of your thoughts, all of your, experiences being in the community for such a long time. Anything that you want to put on before we end this?
Yeah. I think Overwatch is a very beautiful game, as I've said, and if worked on, like the game balancing, the matchmaking, and the unfairness that happens in the game,
Mhm.
if they kind of are solved,
Mhm.
the game can be really good for average watchers and average players.
How was your experience coming on out of gaming?
Uh, on your podcast,
Yeah. Yes, of course.
yeah,
Okay.
it was an experience. Like not every day I get to speak so much. Like I do speak because I'm streaming most
You are
of the
streaming
times,
it, yeah.
but to speak to one person, I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember. Maybe I spoken this much over a phone call or
1 year ago.
meeting. Maybe 12 years ago to my ex girlfriend in school.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. That was your
Uh,
experience. Ah,
y-
thank you.
that was not my experience, but that's what I'm saying. I have never spoken so much with one person for so long, right?
Okay.
So it is a refreshing experience to be able to share my thoughts and my mind in public,
Mm-hmm.
and that is not my stream where I can actually be very upfront. Of course, in my stream, I'm not like a different person. I'm the same person, but
Same
then
person. Mm-hmm.
but when I'm talking to someone one on one, like I
Mm-hmm.
get to more open about certain things,
Mm.
about
I see
what
that.
my life is all the time, about what my uh, uh, gaming sphere is all the time.
Mm.
The bits and pieces that I shared, not everything that I shared it on stream, but yeah, it's fine that people can come to know about this at some point of time, whatever I said, and hopefully the at the end of the day, if people are playing game for fun, they should have fun, and if they're paying to get better at the same time, they should get better. But the game also needs to support
Get better. Yes.
those gamers in order to, if they want to get better, they have to also worry about the mental stability, the mental of a player. It breaks very easily for
Mm.
some players, because if there is a very broken dead ass character just running rampant in your lobby and you don't want to play a broken character,
Yeah.
right?
It
So
makes the gaming unfun
it
for
gives the game
everyone.
very unfun, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if those things are sorted, this game can be really fun overall.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Shine, for taking the time out to come on the Art of Gaming podcast. Thank you so much for managing things out on such a short notice. I really appreciate the overall effort
Anytime.
and the overall
Anytime, man.
support and the love coming in from you. Well, this was the episode 6 coming in for the side of Art of Gaming, which has been presented by Cricket Stars, powered by Tejos from the House of United Gamer Side Out. अगर आपने अभी तक यहाँ तक podcast देखा है, make sure to like the podcast overall. Make sure to subscribe to United Gamers Hideout. We'll be posting all of the clips, of the reels, short bites, everything on our socials. All of the socials from the side of Shine will be in the description down below. All of the socials from UGH side will be also down in the description below. Well, happy gaming. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.